And my mother was an only child of her mother, and so she was given a lot of range. She went to school in different parts of the world. She was quite cultured, but she was a person who just loved to have fun, loved to be herself. And I think that's what really attracted me to my mom. It wasn't because she was my mother, it was because she was just this cool person to be around. She always had a story, or she was always cooking something interesting, or singing some random song, or she had all these weird sayings. And I always wondered, like, how does she come up with these sayings? Like, like, for example, if it was a hot day and you ask her mom, how's the weather? She'll say, oh, it's hot like new love, like a new love affair.
Like, where did you come up with that?
Like, how did you figure that, So,
like new love.
yeah, so she would always, she always had these little sayings, and there were always people at our house. So she was a very social, very open person. And I really admired that.
Okay.
And that's how I learned to also, be social, accept people for who they are, just accept people into your life. Because when you do that, you get love back. That's what I saw growing up.
And from the conversation we had yesterday, I see that your mother, education is like her number one focus, like making sure kids, all her children. So all your brothers, how many siblings you have?
I have 3 sisters and 1 brother, so there are 5 of us.
Oh, really?
So I have an older sister and an older brother, and then 2 younger sisters.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So obviously everyone took a great path. Yeah. Because your mother was such a great example. And when it comes to your mom, how did she inspire this book? This specific book.
She saw the book. She saw the first part of it. She was very happy that I was writing my memories down. Because at the time, you hear about immigration and people in different parts of the world where people are migrating to don't understand what an immigrant is, especially a war immigrant. Right. We didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, let's go to France, let's go to America. It's a dangerous situation that happens, and you have to leave your space to come into a new world, to again start life. It's not so easy, Like yesterday, I hadn't seen my friend Betty in 25 years.
That's just...
grew up next to her every day, seeing her, and then all of a sudden
one day,
separated for 25 years. And
wow.
And there are many people I hadn't seen in my life like that. For example, till at my mom's funeral. So some people 30 years. But that's what war does. It puts you in different places. It kind of disrupts your life. And you have to pick it up.
Exactly.
And you pick it up in a different space, you pick it up in a different place. And I'm really speaking on behalf of tolerance, on behalf of compassion, that people can understand that others coming from their countries, they're just coming to take your job or take something from you. They have a culture, they have something to offer, and they've just been put into an unfortunate circumstance.
Exactly, that's what I call it.
And and if we open our doors to people, our own lives become enriched. Our own life becomes very enriched. And that's what I saw with my mom. Why she was so happy is because she opened her heart to anybody. So that's my key to happiness. If you want to be happy, open up.
Open up to people. All right. So your mother, you guys went to the war for how long in Liberia?
So I experienced the first 5 years of the Civil War.
And your mother stayed?
She stayed. I left, my brother left as the U.S. was evacuating their citizens. My brother was born in America, in Missouri, because my mom went to college in Missouri.
Okay.
So when the U.S. was taking out their citizens, my brother left at the time. But I stayed with my mom and my little sister until 1995. Okay. And at that time, there was some ceasefire, some air traffic moving, so my dad filed for me to come and stay with him. So that was really good. But my mom stayed back.
Wow.
She had a lot of work to do in the country to think about it,
So although the war was going on, there was still people functioning with their daily lives.
Yeah, there were moments of peace, and then something would break out, and then moments of peace. Like we went back to school in 91, and then by 92 another little war broke out. And then end of 92 it was okay again till about 95. And then right after I left in October of 95, in April of '96, another war broke out. So it was this on and off
On and
kind
off.
of thing.
So never really just completely peaceful.
On
And your mother stayed there,
She stayed
helping
there.
people, reaching out.
Yeah.
So what kept her there though? Why do you think she didn't focus on coming with you guys?
She was a simple and very practical person. She had the rest of our family there. My two sisters were there.
So she wasn't just someone to just, oh, I gotta go to America for safety.
My mom
she
was
stayed,
very level-headed.
made sacrifice.
And she was also very, very fearless. You know, I saw that right during the war, actually. I mean, so many times the soldiers came to our house at one point. We were playing Uno. And we were inside during the curfew hours.
Oh, y'all have money. Y'all were playing Uno. Oh my goodness.
They have to have money to play
I
Uno.
never knew Uno.
It's a war situation.
Oh man, you gotta make it happen, huh?
We just had Uno. She had some friends who actually worked for the U.S. government and at the embassy, and they would give us all these cool games and all these different.
Now it making sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how we had Uno. We didn't have much money.
Okay.
But we're playing Uno, and just to keep the mind off of what's actually happening outside. And this soldier came and knocked on our door and said, "Turn the lights off. It's curfew hours." And so my mom was, knowledge in what war is and the rules of war. So she told the man, well, I'm in here with my family. We're not breaking the curfew laws.
We're inside,
in our house,
exactly.
And so I can do what I need to do with my family. He was kind of drunk. He threatened to break in the door. And my mom said, "Hey, you're welcome to come in. Either we die and you live,
no,
or
your mother's tough."
She was very tough. Yeah, and I mean, like 2 days later, so the guy left because he was kind of drunk. He said he was going to get reinforcement, but he didn't come back.
Too drunk.
But about 2 days later, the same thing happened at our neighbor's house. And my mom's yelling from the kitchen window, telling
protecting
the lady,
them.
"Don't say a word, don't let them in," And my stepdad's just freaking out. "Gloria, shut
Keep quiet.
up." These guys will come back.
Wow, that is fearless. Like, that's fearless right there. Because these guys have guns.
They have guns.
So it's not like they're just standing there with like a